have admittedly a very love-hate relationship with Mortal Kombat 11. This game is kind of cool, but at the same time, I have quarrels with it. But Skarlet was one character that I loved more so than anybody else. When it came to 11, this game was much more grounded. It introduced like the new crushing blow system, the fatal blow system, which is very similar to like the rage mechanic in Tekken. But I played Skarlet in this game, or the katana, I guess. So this game was much more grounded. It doesn't have those big air combos like previous Mortal Kombat games did. So for Skarlet here, she is a keep away character. Her moves are designed like her back four, standing three, stuff like that. These moves are designed just to kind of knock you back. And I really liked Skarlet's playstyle in this game. Skarlet prioritized a really, not necessarily lame playstyle, but quite a defensive playstyle. Because when it comes to Skarlet, you really have to be defensive. Because a lot of moves are going to knock you back. A lot of moves are going to, knock your opponent back. Like a lot of moves are very slow to come out too. So her frame data is quite slow. So if we go to the main menu here, or rather the command menu, moves list, some of her jabs come out like 7 frames. This is a 19 frame normal, 13 frames for her standing 2. Her moves come out quite slow, so she is going to get beaten up close a lot. So you need to prioritize keep away gameplay. Staying at this range is preferable, but Skarlet has some options like her back forward 2. Back forward 3 is good if they kind of jump in at you. She has quarter circle back 3 like that, which is also a good move. If you meter burn it, it suspends them like that for a brief period of time. This is a blood ball. If you meter burn it, it gives you a little bit of health back. So for some of her basic combos, she has like circle, circle, and then you have like her tentacle. Her blood tentacle is quarter circle back 4. You can also do a close variant or a far variant if you want. I like that. So you can do like circle, circle into a blood tentacle, and then hold forward to get the far variant. You can also do like this. So that's a decent combo. For her standing, you have like 2, 1, 2, do it again, and then 4, 4, blood tentacle, like that. So, because her normals have some pretty decent range on them, particularly that one, Skarlet does have a good advantage for mid-range, but if you ever get this close, Skarlet is not going to win. Because she gets beaten by basically everybody, because her normals are not as fast as everybody else. So that's a pretty decent little combo starting off. Right? You can also do like an uppercut out of it, but I don't really know why you would do that. So Skarlet, as I said, is going to stay from like this range is really what she wants because she has a really good range sweep. Her sweep is very long. That hits from this range, that doesn't. But it does knock her forward slightly, so. And you can do it like up to 3 times, apparently. You can also do something like that. So for Skarlet, one of her strengths, one of her absolute strengths is her fatal blow. Her fatal blow is a grab, like that. You can also grab them out of midair. If they jump at you, you can grab them out of midair. You can use it as a punish, and plus it's like an armored throw. So she can go through fireballs with it, stuff like that. She can also grab certain characters out of her fatal blow. Like if she's fighting Shiva, she can straight up just grab Shiva out of her fatal blow. I've grabbed Liu Kang out of his fatal blow before, stuff like that. But it's a throw in this game, like that, right? Now normally, her throw whiffs from this range, right? I'll do it again, like that. Her fatal blow does not. So there's a very decent amount of range on it, and we're gonna go ahead and do a crushing blow uppercut here. You can do this, right? And look how much damage this does, if you manage to do this. Of course, this is situational. You have to have crushing blow available, and you have to have the fatal blow available. So this is situational. But that does 55 damage, right? Even a basic combo like that is going to do a very good amount of damage. So for Skarlet, Keep Away is the name of the game. And I don't usually play Keep Away characters. I like characters with a good amount of range, like a character who I can kind of navigate with, and I can just sort of keep you from this distance here. I don't really play rushdown characters that much, although I did play Liu Kang in this game somewhat. But Skarlet was my most played character. Skarlet was really the only character in this game I absolutely loved. I loved playing Skarlet. Even though she would lose most of the time, but I still loved her for it. So stuff like that. Um, just not that much as character has available outside of, you know, hey, keep your opponent away from you by doing this and this and this. But a lot of people kind of didn't like Skarlet in this game, but I loved Skarlet. Like, she was my favorite character even in story mode, and I'm glad that I actually unlocked her story mode skin. I played through the towers or whatever it's called. But one thing you might notice, since Skarlet's grab, or rather her fatal blow is a throw, it's a grab, this does give her somewhat of an advantage over other characters when it comes to the fatal blow department. But there's a very interesting dynamic that happens. Skarlet traditionally is a keep away character. You want your opponent to stay this distance or further away from you, usually. And your strategy, if you're fighting Skarlet, is you want to rush her down. You want to get in her face. That's what you want to do, because that's Skarlet's biggest weakness, is being rushed down. However, when Skarlet has her fatal blow, suddenly she wants to get close to you. Because even though Skarlet like excels from like this range here, the fatal blow is not good from that far. So the dynamic changes. You now want to try to stay away from her. And now Skarlet wants to get at you. She wants to be in your face, right? Because otherwise she won't be able to hit her fatal blow. So there's this really interesting dynamic of, I want you to stay away, but not anymore. Now I want you to get up close to me. And I can't really think of any other characters that have something similar to that, where now all of a sudden you have to stay away from her despite the fact that she wanted you to stay away initially. And then Skarlet, who wants you to stay away, now all of a sudden wants you to rush down. So there's quite an interesting dynamic that happens with Skarlet in this game. So I'm going to play through a couple of matches with Skarlet. I just want to keep this sort of brief and straight to the point. But I'm going to play on medium just so the AI isn't too hard. But Skarlet doesn't have very many like combo options. She's a fairly easy character to play, but that does come at a price, whereas she isn't necessarily a great character. But I love Skarlet in this game. It's really the only reason why I played Mortal Kombat 11 as long as I did. Right? Oh, I tried to beat her fatal blow with like my blood whip or whatever it's called. I think it's called a blood whip. Let me make sure. I want to make sure for accuracy. No, it's a normal. What am I looking at? Yeah, I cracked the whip. Okay. But as I said, Skarlet is one of the biggest reasons why I played Mortal Kombat 11 as much as I did. Because otherwise I really wouldn't have. And you can kind of see where that sweep does give her quite a big advantage. I mean, see that? That sweep is tremendous, and plus that allows her kind of to jump in. Really, the only time I think it's safe for Skarlet to jump in is after a knockdown. That's really the only time I think it's safe. Otherwise, you just want to kind of stay away. Don't get baited into an uppercut like that, though. That's pretty bad. Because you just kind of want to stay at this distance. You can trade as much as you want, Katana. That's not going to help you. But you can kind of see where she excels from like this range, predominantly. But as I said, as soon as you get close, you're always taking a risk. Could have punished that. That move also is very unsafe, so I really wouldn't recommend doing that very often. Let's fight somebody like Spawn now. Oh, we did retry. We'll fight somebody like Spawn now. But Skarlet is very susceptible to being rushed down, so somebody like Baraka is going to be rushing her down quite a lot. She's also kind of susceptible to being zoned because she doesn't really have a method of sort of deflecting the zoning. I mean, she can throw the blood ball, and there's like a blood orb that she gets to. But, you know, you kind of want to stay mid-range. Here's old Spawn. Todd McFarlane put him in the game. But Spawn is my favorite guest character in this game. Now, I don't really like RoboCop or Rambo. Terminator, he's cool. But, like, RoboCop, like, come on. But hey, I don't pick this stuff, so. Spawn was trying to activate his little fatal blow buff that he has. Anyway. I'm kind of massacring Spawn. I probably should turn this up to hard. I mean, I'm making this look easy. And there's also Keith David voicing Spawn in this game. That's always awesome. So if you like playing really ultra defensive, Skarlet is a great option. As I said, just don't get baited into uppercut. He should have broken him in. He couldn't, he didn't have enough meter. Let me do this. Their friendship. So Mortal Kombat 1 comes out, actually it's already out, it came out 2 days ago. I don't have it yet. But here's Skarlet's friendship, which is my favorite friendship in the game. So you can kind of see where Skarlet's strengths and her weaknesses come into play. If I were to play somebody like Scorpion, Scorpion has like a teleport. He couldn't be too reckless with it, but you can kind of see where her strengths and weaknesses come into play. Her long range really does give her a great advantage. However, she has a lot of weaknesses, and I think her weaknesses do outweigh her strengths a little bit. But Skarlet was my favorite character in Mortal Kombat 11, and she is the sole reason why I played this game so much. I did play Sub-Zero, Liu Kang, I did play Katana, I played Spawn somewhat, and I played Raiden a little bit, but Skarlet was my absolute go-to character. I also played a lot of Melina. I really liked Melina in this game too. But that's it for Skarlet for now.